After months of hard training, it's finally time to begin my 2024 indoor track season. I've pushed my body, overcome injury troubles and started to fine-tune my technique ahead of the season, and I'm now ready to test my speed in a 60-metre race. With both the European Championships and Olympic Games in my sights for 2024, I'm ready for a fast indoor season before I return to my favoured 200 metres. So let's see how fast I can go in the first race of the year.
Yeah, so one Thursday, I'm gonna do some plyos. This is the final session before I do my indoor season opener over 60 metres. I'm excited for it. It's the first time I've run a 60 metres in 2 years. My PB is 6.70, but basically today is just like a little pre-meet session. So I'm halfway through the warm-up. We're basically just doing a few block push-outs, a few accelerations, a couple hops over the hurdles. So yeah, we're going to get into the session now, and then after today we're into competition. I'll probably show you a little bit of what I do to prepare, but other than that we're basically straight into competition this time.
Let's do it.
Just going to do some final tweaks to the blocks, make sure they're fully straight. Going to have a push-out, get a feel for the set position, and then we're going to be ready to go. So I like to do 2 steps to the first block, and then basically a little pinch, so literally a couple of centimetres, if that, to the first block, so that's about right. The back block should then be pretty much the same, 3 steps and a tiny little pinch. I like to have the back block a little bit higher than the front block so that I can get my ankle up a bit more. That way when I come into the set position, my ankle's pressed back onto the block. The aim of the session is essentially just to make sure that I feel good, get my nervous system firing. All right, couple block starts now, and then that'll be it for the day. So let's get them done. So we done 3 times 30-metre push-ups. They felt pretty quick. The last one I just didn't really react, but the first 2 I reacted well. We're shutting it down now. We're racing on Sunday. Today, as you've seen, pretty light session, literally just 3 times 30 metres. It's the first race of the indoor season. This channel's been going for about, what, 3 and a bit months, and it's going to be the first time I'm stepping foot on the start line, actually racing, putting my neck on the line. So yeah, so we'll find out on Sunday how quick I really am. But for now, I'm just going to go and chill. So yeah, last session done. So it's the night before the competition. Tomorrow morning is my season opener for the indoor season. I've got my water here with some electrolytes in. I'm basically just going to take you through what's in my training bag. I've got the headphones. Yeah, Theragun. This is what we call the super suit. So I've got some brand new spikes that we're going to be using tomorrow. Basically the same as what I normally run in, except they're just brand new. So we're going to spike them up now, whilst I just have a chat about how I'm feeling for the competition. As you saw previously, I ran 6.49 on the timing gates last video, which I was pretty happy with. I really want to lay down a solid 60 meter time so that I can feel like a complete sprinter. Obviously, my 200's my main event, 20.2. My 100's decent, 10.2. My 60 metre at 6.7. I just feel like I need a 6.6 to kind of feel like a bit more of a balanced sprinter. I know there's a couple of other quick athletes that have entered, so it's going to be very competitive. I want to run a PB, but the main thing is if I'm happy with the way I execute, then that's a good thing to build on. So we'll see how it goes. Up at about 7 in the morning, so it's going to be a busy day, but I'm excited for it. So I'll check in when we get to the track. I'll see you in a bit. All right, so we've just got to the venue. We're at Sports City in Manchester. It's about 9:30 in the morning. My warm-up starts in 30 minutes. 60 metre time. First 60 metre in 2 years. So yeah, all the work's been done. I've just got to race now, execute. So we're going to get into it now. Well, I'll come in with some more thoughts after I race, but other than that, yeah, it's just time to go. So let's get into it.
Alright, let's begin. Train hard, I trust God, I leave the rest to Him. I wanna win, be in front of the rest of them. I'm on top, you won't see me standing next to him. More time, I'll be trackside. Making waves, about to make everyone capsize. Where's the goal? I've got it, brother, that's right. Names ringing out from the capital to Strathclyde. If you catch me on the bend, look, I won't have it. Meet me on the straight and I'll do damage. No input, I leave it all for God to plan it. Then I'm calling up coach, asking what the plan is. I'm a legend in this game, like Sir Alex. Been doing this for years, so I don't panic. Says Rambo style, let him have it. It's been hard, this is a snippet of the way I had it. I've had setbacks, injuries, politics, last place, people running into me. DQ, COVID, know me and you know this. Cause I'm on your TV, my struggle's gonna notice. If I could be a bit of what my idol is, I'm trying to make it to that city where the Eiffel is. On a mission, bro, this isn't just a minor thing. Only thing on my mind, I would die to win. On the track, this is what my life is. When it pays off, feeling's always priceless. I work till I've got nothing left. Pain and persistence, living in my quadriceps. Nobody's like me, I'm the only one. Coming with the force, Obi-Wan. Wartime now, let me get my spikes on. Gift from Adidas, this is where my spikes from. Had to take a minute and then jump right back in it. Succeed for my team and mum.
We're back down at the track. Oh. Yesterday was the first competition of the indoor season. We're back at the track now, and we're basically just going to do a bit of a race review here with the boss. I'll let you kick it off. What were your thoughts on the race yesterday?
Thoughts on the race yesterday? I thought fundamentally, Joe, that it was just a bit rusty. So we know from the timing gates and everything that the speed's there, or it's as good as it's almost ever been. So it's just a case of execution. So I thought in both runs, at the back end of the first run, I thought you got a little bit desperate and dived for the line. Instead of being patient and dipping at the line. So you dive for the line, a metre before the line, you've come out of your dip and stood back up again. British Champs 2022 style, yeah? So there was that element. And then on the second one, I thought maybe you just tried a little bit too hard, rather than just running and being free flowing. You tried a little bit too hard. And I think prior to this conversation, we were talking off camera, and I said, sometimes in order to get the time, you just have to win the race. When you're up against people who are your level, you don't have to try any harder, you just have to do what you need to do in order to get the time. And I know you were trying to run some at rate fast, weren't you? Come on, Joe, talk to people.
I think that's what it was. Like, I was just thinking about the time. Like, obviously in the last video, I said that I want to run a PB, which is under 6:70. So I think I had that in the back of my head. And after the timing gates as well, it's like I know that it's possible.
Yeah.
So after doing that 6:49 on the timing gates, I was like, I know it can be done. So it's like frustrating knowing that I'm making mistakes. But after the first round, I ran 76, and there was a couple mistakes. Like, my reaction wasn't the best. Obviously, the dip at the end, and I thought, oh, second round, like, we'll get it.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, the second round, I just think I didn't really get into my running. I seemed to be running with, when I was planting with like a bent leg, I wasn't fully extending and using my tendons properly. And like you said, I think it was a bit of a case of just forcing it.
Yeah. And sometimes you just have to let it flow and not try and do too much.
When you get out of the blocks well, it allows you to set up the run and you do it at your own pace.
Yeah.
Whereas you're chasing, if you get out of the blocks last, or if you get a bad start, subconsciously you're already thinking, oh, I've already made a mistake, and then you're trying to correct things as you're running, and you're not running with confidence.
Well,
I feel like running
the thing
with
is, you've actually been, the rhythm of the race has been controlled by the guy in front of you. Yeah. Whereas when you get out with them, you can do things in your own time and not have to rush anything. And if you're not rushing, then you make fewer mistakes. Looked at objectively and historically, the group aren't very good first time out, are they?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've been opening up 21 points and then ending up running 20.2s like weeks later. So, in terms of overarching impressions of that first run, showed loads of speed, but execution were lacking really, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a good sign. From what I will say is basically my 6:76 equals my best season opener.
Yeah.
But last time I ran that, which was the start of 2022, I feel like it was a lot cleaner run.
Yeah.
At the time when I ran that time I thought, oh yeah, super clean run, 6:76, really good. Felt like that's where I was at. But this time there were so many mistakes, but I've run the same time. So it's almost like there's more potential.
Okay, so I'm not concerned at all. And can I say what I want? Go on, Joe, let me say what I want.
Go for it.
650 odd is on. Whether you want to put that in the video. 650 something is on for 2024.
He's got to have
He always does this and I'm always right. Ask his dad, I'm always right.
I think as a minimum this season, I want 665 as like a minimum standard, and obviously under 660 would be nice. Lessons learned, decent season opener. We've got, what, technical session today?
Technical session, loads of drills, bit of mini plyo, just tightening everything up really.
And then we'll go again probably end of January. 2 to 3 weeks of good work again, so that we can come back, be in even better shape, and then try and go after that 6.6 once again. It's evaded me the first time, but we're not going to make the same mistakes again.
We'll get it.
So yeah, let's get into this technical session. And yeah, otherwise, decent season opener, somewhere to build from. End of January, let's make it better, but not too bad.
Let's go.
Let's do the session.
Power structure. First time in my life.
You did what?
3 meters.
You did 3 meters?
Oh!
What was it, 3?
3 meters.
Attempt 2.
3 meters and 16 centimeters.
Hey, that's better. Can we have a bit more rakeage, please?
Flipping it.
Nope.
3 meters and 12.
That'll do. So the season has officially been opened. Could be better, could be worse, but generally I think things are going in the right direction. Considering the mistakes that I made in the race and the way I ran, I'm happy with the potential that's still to come. You've seen me race for the first time. Channel's been going for 3.5 months, and now we're actually running, we're actually racing. So the next episode, I'll give you a bit more of a detailed look on what the indoor season's gonna look like, what the plan is over the next 6 weeks, because I feel like it's useful to kind of know how I'm preparing. But basically the main pinnacle of this indoor season is the British Championships, which is mid-February. We've got about 6 weeks until that point from now. But otherwise, we're basically wrapped up for the whole episode. I've got some mistakes that I made, I've got some improvements to make, but generally I feel like we're in a good place. 676 as a first one out the gates for the season. From here on out, training is just like fast work on the track, heavy lifting in the gym. And next time we race, I'm going to make sure that we do better. We're going to run quicker. And I'll give you a little bit of an insight into how we're going to progress onto the outdoor season. So stay tuned for that. But for now, we're all wrapped up. Keep it moving. And yeah, let's keep getting faster. See you next week.